afternoon and warm welcome to Sunshine Report. Kunle Aruyo is my name. A paradox is unfolding on the state electricity distribution system, while consumers in Band A areas are protesting what they describe as exorbitant electricity bills. Residents in other bands are lamenting something entirely different: the near absence of power supply. The situation has sparked fresh debate over fairness, affordability, and service delivery across the state. Our reporter, Sonia Denyoju, has more.
In Ondo State, electricity consumers appear to be caught between two extremes. In Band A zones where supply averages up to 18 hours daily, residents and business owners say they are overwhelmed by the high cost of electricity. Several consumers disclose that they spend between 40 and 50,000 naira weekly on bills, a development they describe as financially draining, especially for small businesses and households struggling with rising living costs.
It's too expensive. It's like they're exploiting us. It's too expensive because it's too much. Then at least in this shop, in a week, weekly, let's say I'm paying like 40k weekly.
The light is very okay here. There's no issue with lights. The way the prepaid is running, like we buy lights like 30,000 naira, like in the shop like this. Within like 8 to 9 days is gone. We have to contribute another money to buy again. So that's just the challenge we are facing.
Yet, in a contrasting reality, residents in Band B and other lower bands tell a different story. For them, the major concern is not the tariffs, but the lack of electricity itself. Many report prolonged outages lasting weeks, sometimes stretching to a month, despite receiving estimated bills they consider unjustifiable.
In fact, the electricity of this area is very poor. It's very poor. Even we will not see the lights to use in this area. Most of the people that is living in this area were business person. If the price is high, but the light is stable, you will not complain.
The light has been epileptic. You understand now? So there's no light at all. Even NEPA themselves, they are using electricity to show you the extent of its, failure. That's it. That's the way I would just rate it.
Some residents allege that power supply only improved temporarily when billing officials are in the area, only to disappear shortly afterward. Explaining the disparity, the general manager of the Ondo State Electricity Board, Akindolani Ogumakiwa, said the band classification system was introduced following a significant reduction in energy allocation from National Grid. According to him, Band A areas are largely commercial hubs and government corridors, where stable electricity is considered critical for economic productivity. He noted that electricity distribution companies prioritize zones such as Alagbaka and other major commercial axes to sustain business activities and essential services. Still, the paradox remains striking. Those with electricity complaining about high tariffs, those without electricity complaining about its absence and the bills that come with it. Interestingly, some residents in lower bands said they are willing to migrate to Band A and pay higher tariffs if only it guarantees reliable power supply. As the debate continues, stakeholders say resolving the imbalance between affordability and availability may hold the key to restoring public confidence in the power sector. Sunday at Denyoju, Osrc News.
Stakeholders have marked the 2026 International Day of Women and Girls in Science by urging practical measures to bridge the gender gap in science, technology, engineering, and mathematics, STEM, with Ondo State government leading local efforts. This year's theme, From Vision to Impact, redefines STEM by closing the gender gap, spotlights artificial intelligence and emerging technologies to boost women's involvement. Omoni Olangbeji reports.
Today, women make up less than one-fourth of the world's researchers, according to UNESCO. A gap experts say affects not just fairness, but the quality, relevance, and impact of science and innovation globally. Despite progress in higher education enrollment, women remain underrepresented across STEM disciplines. At the Federal University of Technology, Akure, Director of the Center for Gender Issues in Science and Technology, Professor Olowo Kire confirms that female students account for less than 40% of those enrolled in science and technology-related courses. She noted that the institution has proactively integrated artificial intelligence and other emerging technologies into its curriculum, positioning students, especially females, to compete globally.
The university governments, they are really intervening to bridge that gap through various initiatives. One of it is this center. This center for gender issues, science and technology. It consists of women participation, girls, child. We have interest in what they are doing or what they will be doing in the future. The sensitive policies in the universities, which is designed to create a inclusive environment. We prevent is to address the systemic inequality. Is to prevent the gender-based discrimination and to promote equal opportunity for all staff and students who are women or girls. So this policy only focuses on creating a gender-friendly space.
From the professional perspective, a female engineer, Dorcas Akinwumi, says the Association of Professional Women Engineers of Nigeria, APWEN, is intensifying sensitization campaigns, mentorship programs, and strategic engagement to attract more girls into engineering, while acknowledging existing barriers from societal stereotypes to workplace challenges. She explained that deliberate measures are being implemented to support women both in the classroom and in the field.
There is a certain percentage where the percentage you mentioned before, or else the committee or whatever institution will come over. I think, for example, after that, beyond that, now we have APWEN, Association of Professional Women Engineers, of which I was the fifth chairman for the chapter. Initially, there were not things like that. So now, beyond her, even if you are a professional woman in Nigeria, belong to APWEN, you are automatically member of Society of American Women Engineers in America too. And they give us the opportunity of going to travel to America every year. So we are actually
on collaboration, a non-governmental organization, Martin Mary Falano, emphasized that closing the gender gap requires a united front. He stressed the need for schools to strengthen their curriculum, partner with private organizations, and leverage government agencies.
As an organization, we program around STEM, especially pairing girls who are exceedingly doing well in science and tech, especially STEM, and pairing them with young girls in the rural communities and also in secondary schools, especially the underserved rural and excluded communities, to put them through how they can also be inspired by the role model, so that in future they can go and decide into science and technology. We also have another program, which is the building of the capacity of teachers, using teachers to reach more girls so that the interventions can be gender responsive.
Commissioner for Education, Science and Technology, Professor Ibekele Ajibefun, who said the Ondo State government is implementing policies and projects to encourage more female students to embrace STEM courses, noted that female participation in science and technology-related programs has improved compared to previous years.
One of such activities is competition in schools. Many of our girls, they are encouraged to partake in science competitions. In fact, currently we are in Science Week in Ondo State, where our girls are participating. That is one way. And our girls, they enjoy government support in education. For instance, we have the free shuttle services, the school bus that take them to their homes and bring them every day.
Stakeholders agreed that moving from vision to impact will require sustained commitment, inclusive policies, and intentional investment in emerging technologies like artificial intelligence to ensure no girl is left behind. Oboniola Mbeji, Osrc News.
In the meantime, the Joint Admission and Matriculation Board, JAMB, is under fire amid report of a controversial policy change that could prevent candidates with prior admission from re-registering for new courses in the 2026 Unified Tertiary Matriculation Examination, UTME, or Direct Entry, DE. The claims circulating widely in the media outlets have sparked alarm among students, parents, and education stakeholders across Nigeria, raising fears of restricted opportunities for those seeking to switch programs. Our reporter, Sunday Adeyanju, brings us the details.
Media reports recently fueled confusion by claiming that undergraduate students and candidates with existing admissions would be barred from registering for the 2026 Unified Tertiary Matriculation Examination or Direct Entry, requiring them to forfeit current offers first. The rumors triggered widespread anxiety among prospective candidates. The State Commissioner for Education, Science and Technology, Professor Ibekele Ajibefun, has dismissed the claims as misleading. He clarified that JAMB has imposed no such restrictions, affirming that undergraduate students remain fully eligible to register and sit for the 2026 examinations.
About 3 weeks ago, all the commissioners for education in Nigeria had meeting with JAMB. The meeting was convened by JAMB. And these issues were discussed, including a current student in our tertiary institutions that will want to retake JAMB to change course. JAMB has not denied them from retaking JAMB, but what JAMB is saying is that such student must declare that he or she is already a student in tertiary institution, and he or she wants to retake JAMB. What JAMB is asking for is disclosure of information. JAMB is not saying that they must forfeit the course before they can enroll for another JAMB exam. Yes, they have right to retake the JAMB exam if they want to change their courses of study, but they must also indicate it in the JAMB form that they are already students in tertiary institution.
Professor Ajibefun clarified that the core issue is candidates failing to declare existing active admissions during JAMB registration, which he said is a grave violation of regulations, one that deliberately concealing an ongoing admission could lead to the cancellation of both the current admission and any new registration or offer.
There is penalty when you are asked to disclose information and you refuse to disclose. You are in tertiary institution and you are pretending as if you are in secondary school. You know it's fraud. It's better for the students to declare that they want to change their course. They have already been admitted. You know, JAMB will definitely know because their names, their fingerprint, everything is there. The JAMB already has those data. So it's better to disclose. So if they fail to disclose, a penalty can include forfeiture of their admission in their current institution, and also they can also forfeit admission in the JAMB exam they want to write. So the best thing is for candidates just to be straightforward.
The commissioner stressed that honesty and transparency are non-negotiable during JAMB registration, as accurate details enable effective admission management. He cautioned that candidates caught manipulating the system face severe penalties, advising all applicants to provide truthful information and sidestep avoidable pitfalls. Sunday Adeyanju, Osrc News.
The Senate's decision to strike out the real-time transmission of election results from Nigeria's electoral law has ignited widespread controversy and concern. Political analysts are raising alarms over the potential damage to the credibility of future elections. Omoni Olangbeji tells us more.
For decades, Nigeria's elections have depended on physically transporting results sheets from polling units to collation centers at ward, local government, and state levels. Yet, much of the post-election litigation and public outreach stems not from voting but from manipulations during this vulnerable physical movement. Ironically, neighbors like Sierra Leone, Liberia, Malawi, and even Ghana, despite similar logistical challenges, have embraced electronic systems, uploading polygenous results directly to central servers on public portals. These innovations boost transparency, curb interference, slash malpractice opportunities, and build voter trust. The Senate's removal of real-time electronic transmission of election results from the Electoral Act has provoked divided reactions from political stakeholders and analysts. Political analyst Tope Okewo argued that credible elections are vital to Nigeria's democracy, questioning the wisdom of the Senate's decision. He warned that dishing the provision undermines transparency and squanders technology's power to combat electoral fraud.
I don't think any right-thinking person who wants his own election to be marred with irregularity. And it will be very, very wrong. In fact, I don't know what the Senate of the Federal Republic was thinking when they wanted to remove it. I don't think it will succeed because the National Assembly, the House of Reps, had said earlier that they didn't agree. So they have to sit down to harmonize it. But I don't think this Senate of the Federal Republic is working for the people.
Social analyst Bolwesho voiced skepticism about the Senate's decision to scrap real-time election result transmission, calling it a gateway for greater irregularities. He demanded clearer explanations from lawmakers, warning that without it, accountability and public trust in election will erode.
The Senate should be able to come forward to explain to Nigerians. At least they are representatives of the people. Let them tell us why they decided to do this. What is the reason? We should know. So, because the problem is, if the result is out, we won't have confidence in our electoral empire anymore, because we'll just be thinking that, okay, they just sat down somewhere and then concoct some figures and then read the same, announce the same to people.
Political commentator Lekon Lajobi stressed that real-time result transmission builds public confidence by mirroring polygenate outcomes instantly at coalition centers, slashing interference risks. He warned of the controversies border fallout for Nigeria's democratic health.
We have noticed that from time to time there have been electoral amendments of these laws, hoping to meet the reality or the existential reality of the days as elections are being held by the high neck. But as it is now, there are some of those electoral laws and amendments, especially the major one now that is controversial, which is expressing or giving results, electronic transmission of elections and the results in real time. And the word real time means that as soon as the elections are conducted and are being collated and numbered or recorded at the polling units, immediately they will send it to the high ref portal, whereby everyone would have a coordinated and a collated result as soon as that election is conducted.
Amid the heated debate, analysts and stakeholders urge open dialogue and targeted reforms to fortify Nigeria's electoral system and rebuild public faith before upcoming polls. Omoyola Humbiji, Osrc News.
Medical experts have defended the safety of the rubella misuse of vaccines amid calls for better sensitization. According to them, the vaccine guards against contagious viral diseases that can cause severe complications and affirm the short mint global standards after rigorous testing. Parents in Ondo State show mixed reactions to the nationwide measles rubella vaccination drive, targeting children aged 9 months to 14 years. Blessing Obe tells us more.
measles rubella vaccine is administered to protect children against contagious viral diseases known to cause health complications if not prevented. The campaign, currently being implemented across Nigeria, is part of efforts to reduce childhood mortality. Some medical practitioners say the vaccine has undergone thorough testing and meets global safety standards. They attribute the resistance of some parents to misinformation and distrust.
It's due to lack of adequate information about the efficacy of these vaccines and the importance of also getting their wards vaccinated. These children given to us by God, they are supposed to be held in trust, and it is the onus on all of us as parents to ensure that our children, our grandchildren are protected from this disease. What is causing, I think, the misinformation is lack of having the clear knowledge on what the vaccines are about, what vaccines are, and their importance. And we certainly know that it is a lot easier to prevent diseases from occurring, than treatment. When it gets to the stage of treatment, there is no certainty that even child or the person that has come down with an ailment would actually survive it. So the best way to protect the community and society as well is to get each and every eligible person vaccinated.
Despite these assurances, reactions from parents remain divided. Some parents say they willingly presented their children for the exercise, describing vaccination as a crucial step in safeguarding their children's health.
The injection that they are giving them is good because they are doing it because of the children. Their idea is good. So I really appreciate the 8 people that create this program. So I really appreciate them because they want best for our children.
Others are calling for more sensitization and clearer communication from health officials.
We need to immunize our children to protect them from all these diseases so that they can grow very well and not be disabled in any way. But me as a person, I haven't met any parent that is turning down their children from taking the immunization. This is very important. So I'm here with some of the students of our school to take this immunization on behalf of the parents.
Health experts are therefore urging parents to rely on verified medical information and avoid misinformation, emphasizing that immunization remains one of the effective ways to protect children and the community from diseases. Blessing Obi, Osrc News.
Fire outbreaks remain a major concern across the country, especially during the dry season, when weather conditions can aid the spread of fire. However, experts warn that fire incidents are not exclusive to any season and are often linked to human activities. Our reporter, Joy Pius, examines the causes of fire outbreaks and precautionary measures to prevent them. Her report.
From towering billboards to modest shop signs, signages shape the identity of streets. They inform, advertise, and beautify the urban environment, guiding residents and visitors alike, while promoting businesses and services. In well-planned cities, signages complement road infrastructure, enhance visibility, and contribute to economic activity. But when standards are ignored, their presence can quickly turn from assets to liability. Across parts of Akure, concerns have grown over signages erected without approval, mounted on private properties without consent, or left to deteriorate after years of exposure to harsh weather.
The big board that have expired, that are causing accident, ought to be removed.
We sincerely apologize for that mix-up. We'll take the report again. Fire outbreaks remain a major concern across the country, especially during the dry season when weather conditions can aid the spread of fire. Our reporter Joy Pius examines the causes of fire outbreaks and precautionary measures to prevent them.
Dry
dry season is often associated with an increase in fire incidents, as dry vegetation and windy conditions make fires spread faster. From homes to farmlands and business premises, fire outbreaks continue to destroy valuable property, leaving many families counting their losses. Residents in Akure attribute most of these incidents to human negligence.
I think the number one cause is negligence. You know, everybody, we are aware of the season we are. So if we take extra care, you know, in our environment, then we can prevent such. Like people burning their refuse, if you stay by it and make sure that it's burnt well before you leave the place, then it won't happen. So I think number one is negligence.
Others identify bush burning and electrical faults as major triggers, particularly during dry season.
We have some areas, even here in Akure, that we have bushes. So bush burning could be one of the major causes of fire accident in dry season. At times it could be due to connection. You know, some people they can't spend so much on this wiring their houses, so they could employ a student or someone that just learns the work by the wayside to do that. I think if people will invest more, and if it's something that the government could even take over, that wiring of houses should be something that there should be people that should be in charge. If not, if a house gets burned, it's not just that house will be affected, it will affect other houses also.
Meanwhile, experts have clarified that fire outbreaks are not peculiar to the dry season alone. Speaking on the causes and prevention of fire incidents, the director of Ondo State Fire Service, Samuel Folorunso, explained that fire outbreaks occur all year round, often as a result of human actions.
Fire outbreaks has nothing to do with the season, though it is prevalent during the dry season, but either rainy or dry season, fire still occur. The most important reasons for fire is because of the way we human beings handle fire. The fire is a tool, a veritable tool made for our convenience by God. God makes fire to serve us, but when we overlook the presence of fire, that's when we do not put fire in control. It becomes a master. And fire does not just occur. It occurs where certain things are present. And that's why at times we say we attribute it to dry season. Why? Because these three things are common for fire: oxygen, heat, and the material that burns. And anything fuel that can burn. So when these three things are together in a definite proportion, there will be fire.
Folorunso also highlighted precautionary measures that can help reduce fire incidents. He further stressed the importance of fire safety equipment and proper training.
We are the makers of these things that burn. The materials that burn, most of them we make them, so we should be able to control them. Then another thing is to make sure that wherever we put our things, there is spacious, there is space, there is enough air. When there is enough air, it will reduce the impact of heat. Around this period now, we know that it is difficult for one to have stable electricity. So most of us now venture into using of solar. We should also make sure that our solar panel, the batteries, that we put it in a place that is well ventilated, because this solar panel inverter emits heat. If we don't put it where heat can be dissipated, the heat will cluster, and the more the amount the heat around, the danger it becomes if there is fire. Just as we buy extinguishers in our vehicles, so also we should have in our offices, we should have in our homes, especially in our kitchen. They know how to use it. It is important.
Residents are urged to remain cautious and adopt fire safety measures to protect lives and property. Joy Pius, Osrc News.
And that's it on Sunshine Report. Good afternoon.
We live in a world where there's so much deception, and everyone is acting all this way. And all around us, there's so much pretense, and things are not always as they seem. In my closet, there are many secrets and it's sure. In my closet, there's a reality I hide from you. I know I am two-faced, but I have to cover up. There's so much more to me than meets the eye. In my closet, holds all the chemistry. We'll have skeletons in our closets that we never want anyone else to see. I know I might be a wolf in sheep's clothing. So many issues that have to.
Is this true?
Are you going to believe a chronic liar or someone who sleeps with men for money?
Fine. Since you went online, I cannot play the video you sent to me.
What video?
The video both of you were enjoying yourself. Happens that she records her encounter for private pleasure. Rose in the choir. Record. Yes, I sent a video to you. Yes. Stanana, I threatened to report her to the police for what she did to Sheila. So she apologized and said she was sorry. And said it was men who pretends to be the upright Christian and same men who sleeps with her.
How am I going to tell this guy? Big T. Look, guy, they fear me. No, because